what the fuck happened to entrepreneurship in the last 2 years? If you've been following the industry, if you're an entrepreneur yourself, or let's say you're like me and you're a fitness coach or anything like that, what the fuck happened in the last 2 years? When I got into entrepreneurship, what made me want to start was the fact that everyone was so masculine. Everyone was so determined. Everyone was so high test. Everyone was so after each other's throats. You know what I mean? It was a kill or be killed. It was like a Wall Street room. It's like no matter what industry you were in, every single person strived to be the fucking best. There was no motivation issues. There was no dopamine issues. There was nobody complaining about like, oh, I don't feel motivated today. Oh, I don't feel like starting. Oh, I don't feel like right now is a good time. I don't feel like anything. And for those of you, I'm gonna pause you right now. If you're gonna call me broke, 'cause I'm wearing wired headphones, you brokies have to understand, I'm a big believer in like health maxing, and these prevent EMF, so like the Bluetooth fries your brain. Just do your own research. If you think I'm broke, just saying. I'm kidding. That's a subtle flex. But what happened to entrepreneurship, man? When I started, it was this drive, this passion. And it was never for the watches. It was never for a Miami penthouse. It was never for a big condo or these flashy cars, or seeing like an M4 edit and seeing a bunch of Russian mob music and people flashing cars and watches and throwing money and like promoting this crazy lifestyle. It was never that for me. And a lot of people probably think it is because I've lived in Miami. I've traveled all over, and I have some friends who are flashy like that. Not so much my friends anymore, but and it really comes down to the fact that if you're an entrepreneur, you want to be. I don't think the money comes from being this pussy that just needs to see some Instagram edit or someone else's lifestyle, or work with some guy because he has a Lamborghini and it's like, buy my course, I have a Lambo. If you want to work with that kind of person, you're in business for the wrong reasons. See, what got me into business was never the cars, the watches, the condos. It was make so much fucking money that my wife and kids never have to struggle or think about money the way that I did growing up. And my father was a great man. He's my fucking dude. He's the most masculine man I know. You know what I mean? He's 50 years old and he doesn't have to work, but he's fucking hugging shit around. He refuses to not be that way. And that's what I grew up on. And I'm sure a lot of you guys grew up on that as well. And it comes down to the fact that when so many guys in this industry are promoting this crazy fast lifestyle, you forget to slow down, right? And I think that's why your routine in being a disciplined man and being a masculine man who doesn't need the dopamine spikes of social media, doesn't need to flaunt, doesn't need to flash money, doesn't need to buy a car to prove something to people. I make a fuck ton of money, but I've never felt the need to be like, okay, here's this car that I have. Here's this house that I'm living in. Here's this trip that I'm going on. I've never felt the need to do that because I have nothing to prove. I prove it with systems. So people come to me and work with me because my systems are fucking good and I make people a lot of fucking money. I make fitness coaches a lot of fucking money. I scale people from zero to $100,000 to $200,000 to $500,000 a year businesses. And I don't just say that. I don't just flaunt cars. I show it. And I don't just show cars and shit. I show the actual system on how I do it. And I show the people making a lot of money on my Instagram. A lot of people come to me for that reason. And I find so many men now who are starting their fitness coaching business are sick and tired of seeing these 17 to 25-year-old guys just flaunting their cars and trying to be like, you can be a fucking top G, man. And it's like, how far did we fall? How far did we fall that our definition of an entrepreneur is how much money can you show you have on Instagram? Right? There's a few guys in my space. There's a few guys in the online space that I actually really like, They're all about, getting away from Miami life, getting a nice house somewhere and just settling down. And they focus on the same things as I do. God, they focus on, having a family, and they focus on building a business that's sustainable for the future. Right? That's why I work so hard with my guys, because I want to build such a big business that in the future, in 30 years from now, I get looked back on with no bad things said. Obviously there's going to be, it's business world, it's cutthroat, it's hard. So obviously someone's always going to say something because everyone's trying to rattle you. But I like that. I like the shit talk. I like people talking shit. It pushes me, it motivates me because I'm an athlete, I'm a high performer, I'm a businessman. It's supposed to push you. And that's why I don't like this modern day of social media money. Even though I make money through social media, I teach people how to make money with their social medias. I don't like the direction it's going. I like the men who want to work hard, who want to build businesses. I love when guys come to me and they're like, yeah, dude, I want to provide for my family the way you do. They don't come to me because, I have a supercar or I show off all the money I make. I don't do that. They come to me because I show off what I do for myself and who I help. And that's the difference right there. That's the difference right there, is what kind of man do you want to be? If you're in business for a car or a watch, whatever it is, you're in business for the wrong reason, right? And if you're in business and you don't see it as a competition, you've already lost. Because the top guys that you're competing against, they see it as a competition. Guys like me, my best clients, we see it as a competition. We want to take heads with us. We go in there like it's an MMA fight. We go in there like it's a Super Bowl match and we're like getting revved up every single day. Right? It's hard to do that when you're flooding your brain with dopamine. Right? When you're flooding your brain with this false reality of dopamine, of watching other people live the life you want to live all day online, it's like, bro, your phone is a tool to make money and you're spending your time watching other people make money. Right? So if you're a coach out there, one of the biggest things I can recommend is be disciplined. The discipline that you put into the gym to get the physique that you want is the discipline that's going to take to get you to where you want to be with your business. It might sound corny, but yeah. The thing that made me such a successful business owner came down to the fact that when I started my business, it was by accident. I was recording my 75 hard. I was doing the 75 hard challenge and I was recording it in a cinematic way and being honest and transparent. And people came to me because they saw the results I got and they wanted the same thing. They saw the type of man I was and they wanted the same thing. They wanted to become that. So I focused on making men locked in and making men again. That's what I did. So it really comes down to like who you show online is who you attract. So if you're a fitness coach and you're getting shitty leads, you're probably a shitty lead yourself. As harsh as that sounds. And I really hope this video blows up, not because I'll make money off it, because I don't make money off my YouTube and I really don't care. I post these to really just help guys that are just like me. But I hope this video blows up because I want to have a wake-up call for so many men who are in entrepreneurship and so many men who are fitness coaches, probably like yourself if you're on my page, who can really relate to what I'm saying. I'm sick and tired of seeing guys like go hard for 2-3 days and give up. Right? When was the last time you did your journaling, you did your morning routine, you went to the gym at 5 a.m., you did your cold showers, you did a dopamine detox, you stayed off social media other than posting and doing your job and working hard? When was the last time you did that every single day? When was the last time you hit your non-negotiables every single day without giving up for 60 days? Probably not a lot of you. And it really comes down to the fact that to be the man who makes the money, you have to be the man who makes money first, before the money. And I really think that's a big epidemic that we're in, is so many men see this like flashy style, this flashy lifestyle. And that's why I don't work with a lot of young guys, because, if I work with you and you're a young guy, you've earned it. You have my respect. Totes to you, right? But I work with a lot of, older guys because they've hit that point in their life where they don't care about the fucking Lambo, right? They care about making $1 million a year so that they can provide for their family. So they don't have to worry about like bills. They can just take care of their family, have a kid, have a house, have a car, and never have to worry about money again and spend time with their family, right? So if you're one of those guys that, you're flooded with these like dopamine of these guys flaunting money and these M4 edits and people like these SVJ edits, and if that's all you're about, then give up, dude. Like, really, it's not about that, right? It's about, build the life you want, but remember what the life you want is. If it's the flashy material things burn fast. It's like a candle. But when you have a burning desire to take care of your loved ones and your family, dude, it's like a forest fire. burns forever, dude. Burns forever, and it takes a lot to put it out. Right, so if you can take anything from me as a man, if I die tomorrow, I want you guys to remember, God forbid, hopefully I don't, but it's not my control. But if I was to die tomorrow, I want you guys to remember one thing and one thing only. Have a real reason for why you want to start. Build something real. And when you're focused on building something real, show the real side of you. Don't fake it. Don't just show the celebrity side of you. Don't just show the flashy side of you. Show who you are. A lot more people will like that. My favorite quote, and it's been my lock screen for years now, probably like 6 years now, on my computer. It's like my bio on Discord. It's everything. And it's be yourself because everyone else is taken. God gave you one thing and one thing only, and it's being uniquely you. That's your superpower. Be yourself. And construct yourself at a high level. With that being said, I love you. God loves you. Peace.